Hey folks, hey, it's me. There goes some bicycles down the lane, the bike lane. Guys delivering food. All these guys are food delivery guys. Yeah, anyway. Anyhow, I'm going to cross the street here. Is it safe? Well, let's see. Okay, and we'll take a little quick walk over to St. Mark's in the Bowery, one of my favorite places. The church in the Bowery here, St. Mark's in the Bowery. Right about a block, 2 blocks from my house. Apartment. I don't live in a house. My apartment house. All right, that works. Okay, I haven't been drinking or anything. I'm just kind of chilly, and I just did some shopping for food. And now I'm going to, in case I don't get over here at some point when it's like they still got a couple of trees left, I thought, go. Just went to the bank, went and got some groceries, and take a little walk with the folks over to St. Mark's in the Bowery at Christmas time, in New York City. Did I say JJB Tim Man, Views of NYC? That's me, John. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm saying it now. Anyway, in New York here, all over the city, you can buy Christmas trees outdoors, and usually on the street corners and on the streets out in the middle of places and whatever. But the neat thing about this is, here we are, St. Mark's in the Bowery Church, one of the oldest churches in New York City, and of course they have their wreaths up and a little bit of, not too heavy on the decorations, but nice little huge tree there, and so they got that going. But this, I don't even know who these folks are, but every year they put up their little Christmas tree store right here in the courtyard. Right here in the courtyard, you see. Oh, sorry about that. Right in the courtyard. It is great, and boy, they got a lot of trees. And I'm here early enough. I think last year when I came by, it was a beautiful snowy night, but they'd sold just about. There were about 3 trees, no big trees. Look how big some of these trees are, how tall. And no little trees, which a lot of people want in New York because they prefer, a lot of people, the smaller trees because it has to fit in their apartment and all that stuff. And a whole lot of people, after I showed this video, after I showed it last year, got a little criticism. And I think even recently I showed something about the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree, and you got a little criticism, or at least people who expressed their opinion that we shouldn't have live trees anymore. Certainly not in places like Rockefeller Center where they cut down these huge old grand trees, whatever, and that's their cause, and everybody's got an opinion, and I won't say what mine is, but I don't even have a tree right now, and I've had live trees over the years as a kid, and I've had fake trees, and I've had what I call Charlie Brown Christmas trees, where I just find something that, in fact, I'll show you a video a little later when I do a little thing in my house, because I'm like an accidental decorator. I don't do too much intentional decorating. I use a lot of my cards, and if I get tins with cookies and stuff, I save them, and I put them around at Christmas time, and that's usually my decorations. And some years I'll have a tree, and some years I don't. And this year, so far, I haven't got an actual tree, although I have a couple of fake or paper or different kinds of trees I could dig out of a closet if I ever get around to doing that this week or whatever. But at any rate, I'll show you what I may be using as my tree, and I think it's really a clever idea. You'll let me know what you think. Well, maybe you won't let me know, because I know only 2 or 3 people even look at these videos, but you know what I'm saying. Anyhow, as we stroll along here, along the courtyard, and actually that's a cemetery right inside there next to the church. In fact, all around the church, a lot of people buried right there, right underground right there. There are vaults and some famous people, Anyway, so anyway, we're at the Christmas tree store, and they got a little trimming and fix up the trees when people buy them. There's a guy working there making a nice, look, a little tree. Oh, they got a nice little tree. Oh, that's a nice one. Look, that's going to fit really nice in their apartment.
Freshest trees in New York City, folks.
Yeah. How about that? And there's some folks, they're having some hot chocolate or soup or something. Hi. And they're waving to me. And, it's just great. I'm just going to stroll down the block here, and you can see just, oh boy, they got a lot this year. It could be a lot of people maybe are I don't see a lot of activity right now anyway. And who knows, maybe a lot of people aren't, maybe it's slow this year, but I'll bet in a couple days these will all be gone. They're coming in. Oh my goodness, they must really think, look how tall some of these trees have to be, like 13, 14, I don't know, tall. Who knows? Well, actually, I'm saying that, and I just don't have big rooms. But I have, even after they've made them shorter, I used to have 13-foot ceilings throughout my entire apartment. Yeah. And now I've got, in a couple of little areas, I still have, I think, 13 feet. But basically, I've, in some places it's down to 10 or whatever. So, okay, I'm going to walk back this way now. And anyway, so I was also complaining about, there's no decorations that much. But, these folks got some nice lights up all along here. And, so it's not as bad as I was. Maybe, as I was saying, though, that a lot of folks, maybe there's just less decorations. I don't know this year. Maybe less people are putting up the tree, or I don't know, but who knows. But, again, as I walk around, like there's places across the street, they obviously did a little lighting out in front of their store over there, coffee shop or whatever it is, and the building, they didn't do much, but above their door there, they got a little strip of lights. So it's something anyway. But anyhow, one more look back at the St. Mark's and the Bowery, and the Christmas tree store. Just kind of quiet. I don't know. What is it? It's Monday night. It is Monday night. I don't know. It just shows you that New York's, well, also we got with Omicron, whatever's going on, that's another thing I wanted to mention, because a lot of times my videos, my little walk-along videos and such, I'm back going 2 years now. I would always, of course, be showing you folks, hey, I'm out in the street, and look, there's nobody out, there's no cars, there's no traffic. It's COVID. Anyway, showing what the city was like and what wasn't happening, and, now things were happening really pretty well or whatever, but we're still being cautious. But with Omicron, even though, it's spiking 3 days in a row, 20-some thousand. However, the death rate today was down. So certain statistics are a little bit deceptive as long as we jump on the Omicron and what's going on. And I'm back to wearing my mask. I'm wearing it right now. I'm walking down the street. There's nobody around me here. I went to the bank, went to the store, got my mask on, and I'm all vaccinated, but, not hanging out. I'm going back to not hanging out much. And who knows, maybe that's why it's kind of quiet in the street. Maybe people are already, although I walked by some restaurants before and everybody's out doing their thing in the restaurants. That's pretty good on a Monday night, really. But at any rate, who knows? All I know is we have to be cautious again. And, I'm kind of feeling that feeling of about March 2020. Not quite, but, I'm going, I got a friend. I'm going to tell you this real quick. Oh, this is nice. Look, that building. Look how nice they did their building, huh? Nice lights. Yeah. Anyway, I got a friend who was going to come and visit me last night. And, of course, we all know the Omicron was starting to spike a little bit, and people are all of a sudden testing positive again. People are looking for their home quick tests because they just started to get those here. We got 500,000 of them, which is nowhere near enough, by the way. But, you could only get 3 per person in the stores because they were selling out so fast. This guy, by coincidence, he happened to go out and yesterday, he was at work or wherever, he bought himself. He got 3 tests. I don't know if he bought them before he heard something, but he bought 3 tests to do his own testing because he works at Lincoln Center. And, he's amongst a lot of people and audiences and all that. And anyway, so he probably was going to test himself every day before going to work. But at any rate, he got a call after he called me to say, hey, I'm going to come down and visit you after work about 8 o'clock. He got a call. 2 friends called him and said, hey, I don't know where they were or what was going on, but and the 2 friends called him separately, so I don't even know if they all know each other together. But he said, I got 2 calls since I called you, and I've been told by 2 friends that they tested positive today. And that's something that makes me feel like, it does seem like we're going back to the March 2020 in a way, because I've had a lot of friends not just test positive, but get sick or test positive and then have to, hibernate or whatever for a period of time and all that. And, but not in like 6 months, you haven't felt that so much. I haven't really been told so-and-so is ill or so-and-so passed away. And, but now with this, it's like, a lot of people that several people in the last couple of days that I know personally, tested positive. I heard somebody that I was with tested positive. That's what's back to being a little bit like it was before. And I'm on my way home here, and I'm going to hang out there most of the time for the Christmas holiday and be careful and wear my mask and, not necessarily hang in a big crowd for another, whatever, a couple of weeks or so, or till we see what happens with the numbers on the Omicron. Right now, if you kind of look at it, like our governor was talking today, and she said, these are things to be concerned about. On the other hand, they're expecting that it's going to peak at a certain time that'll be the right time, and then we'll start going back the other way again. They feel that if we do what we need to do, so all that stuff. Anyhow, I'm on my block now, St. Mark's Place. I'm sure you've seen that. Of course, there's only 2 or 3 people watching, but that's okay. And that's a bar, a little old-fashioned gaming bar. Stuff in the street. Look at this. People continue to move out quickly, leave their furniture. That's not a bad looking fold up table right there, and a nice looking wooden chair. In olden days or years ago, I probably would have really scrutinized that if it was half decent. Take it. Be careful about, what do you call it? Is it bed bugs or whatever? I just dumped my, good. Hold it. Not good. I just dumped my groceries on the floor. Hold on. So anyways, folks, I'm going to repair my dumped bag of groceries here. And I'm going to say, JJB Tin Man, signing off. Talk to you later.